What up? So, have you ever wondered what it takes to be successful in lawn care? You got your business, and some things are going good, some things are not going good. You don't know what to charge. You don't know what to buy, what equipment to use. There's a lot of different things, right? You don't know if you're gonna push more, all that. If you ever wondered, stay tuned. Hey, what's up? So, we're going to be talking about the tips to be successful in lawn and what it takes to be successful. I don't know it all, so I'm not going to sit there and say this is like the holy grail of all things. But I can tell you only from my experience and from some people that I've listened to, and it has worked. So yeah. By the way, my name is Frank. I'm the owner and operator of Lawn Masters Landscape and Tree Trimming. There's a little bit about myself, what we do. There's nothing super fancy. I just have that in there. I had it on my trailer and it was having a bunch of holes and it just fell off. So I was like, hey, it looked cool in the shop, right? Especially when I do my videos. So yeah, diving right in, check it out. So, be positive. Keep the hustle and take time. Takes time. I wrote a list down so that way I can stay on key, because I felt like I might get off topic because I have ADD. So be positive. You always want to, there's always going to be something negative, right? So you definitely want to stay positive because, you know, for every positive, you almost have like two negatives, one step forward, two steps back kind of thing. But you can't let that get in the way. And that's in any business. You're going to have, you know, trips and falls and hurdles. Maybe you have some family members that's going to tell you, oh, you shouldn't start a lawn care business, or you shouldn't do that. A teenager can do that. Well, that is true, but not all teenagers want to do it. You see what I'm saying? Or not everyone's capable of doing it. Some people just love being outside. I've heard lawyers quit being lawyers so they could go out and they could be outside and just feel the fresh air. And things kind of bugging me. But, you know, don't let no one put you down. Stay positive. Sometimes people may not pay you, yada, yada, yada. That's another video. So you got to hustle. You got to be serious. It's hot weather. Sometimes it's, you know, cold fronts, then hot. So number 2, start slow, especially if you've never done this before. If you start slow, you know, especially if you've never done it, you're going to kind of, you know, gradually see, okay, this is what it's like. This is what 12 yards feel like. This is what 20 yards by yourself feels like. Because I promise you, if you've never done it before, it's going to be a totally different thing. You need to learn how to edge upside down. You need to learn how to trim, walking backwards, walking forward, switch from right hand to left hand, upside down, and the list goes on and on. You need to know which way to throw the grass. You need to know how to put blades on if you've never done it. And I say that, and it's kind of funny. I've never done it, but I've seen some people do it, and not to make fun of those guys, but I don't know how to change a starter on a car. So, I mean, I'm not mechanically inclined, but it takes time. Start slow, work your way up, because let's say you get into it and 3 months in, you're like, you know what, I'm not feeling this, which you shouldn't have bought really super expensive equipment, and that's what I'm going to lead into next. So yeah, if you're not liking it, you're not feeling it, guess what, you went and dropped $5,000 on a mower, okay, $3,000, whatever, $2,000, $500, and now you can't sell it for that much because it's used. So number 3, equipment. Start cheap. You do not have to go out and buy the most expensive $12,000 mower, whatever. Yes, they make $12,000 mowers. Man, they make mowers $20,000 and up. It's ridiculous. Let me tell you what I started on. I started on a little Hustler, a Hustler Fast Track, which is, it's kind of like right at the top of the line for residential and just entry level into commercial. Nothing super fancy, a little 42-inch. It's great. It's great for back doors. I'm not going to get into that, but start small. Get you a push mower. You need to be physically fit. You need to, and if you're not physically fit, you're going to get physically fit pretty quick, especially if you have some bigger yards. You need to start pushing. Get you a little trimmer. You can go to Home Depot. You can go to Menards. You can go to Lowe's. Just wherever. You can get it at a garage sale. But, you know, get something. Get you some string. Try it on your own house, you know. See how you like it. You definitely, a lot of people are going to battery operated. If you want to do battery operated, that's on you. Hey, you know, more power to you. But I can tell you right now, battery operated stuff is not cheap. You may be a little more green, but again, you're going to pay a lot of money, and I mean a lot, for those batteries. I think one 80-volt battery is like $200, just the battery. So yeah, think about that. Get your little blower, get your little handheld blower. I'd get a gas one. This is just me. Start off cheap again. Get your little gas one, little 2-cycle blower, and just go from there, man. You might be in, let's say, you say, well, what about a mower? Okay, what brands are good? That's another video, but I'll shoot you, you can use a little Murray, a little Honda. Honda makes a good mower, no doubt. The upper echelon of Honda, the higher price ones, they're nice. One bad thing about them, though, sometimes is they only bag. So if you're running around cutting grass, it only bags, and guess what? If it don't have a throw chute on the side, where basically, for those who don't know, it's a little opening, it throws grass out. If you don't have that, guess what? You're not bagging it, you're mulching it. So if you got really tall grass and you're going over it, and let's say you're at Miss Jones' house at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock, whatever, it's still dew on the ground, and your mower's and it's bogging down, well, guess what? You're gonna be there a while. And let's say you did Miss Jones' yard for $30. We'll get to price later. But you're out there for, let's say, an hour, and you're killing yourself for $30. You're like, oh my God, for a whole hour. So yeah, get you some push equipment. Be careful. Just kind of know, are you maintaining yours? Are you trying to cut, tall grass or whatever? If you can afford it, I'd say get a 0-turn. Start out with that. That's just me, though. That's just me. I kind of knew that I wanted to do it, and because I've done it before. So yeah, just look into that and go from there. So what else? Do good work, so it pays for itself. So you need to do a good job. There's going to be days when you don't feel like getting up working. There's going to be days when you just feel like, oh my God, man, I wish I wouldn't have done it. Yes, we've all been there. It sucks. Some days it does. But at the same time, owning your own business is really nice because you control everything. Now, it's a double-edged sword. For every good thing, there could be a bad, like I said. But if you remain positive, like I said, you do good work, it'll pay for itself. What else will good work do? It'll get you more leads. It'll get you more clients. It'll bring people in. People start talking, hey, do you know such and such? Oh, yeah, right up the street. He's got the green sign with the lead. Yeah, that guy. Okay, let me give you his number. So, yeah, the dog's over here. So do that. Do good work. Be professional. Always, again, stay positive. I can't say that. So, yeah, I mean, the good work's going to pay for itself. So moving on. Number 5, don't be friends with your clients on your personal Facebook page. Here's why. Well, let me slow down. Maybe you may not agree with me, and that's cool. But I'll tell you what happened to me. Long story short, I put a news article up, and I was like, yeah, I believe this is true. And you know what? I forgot that I had this client as a friend on Facebook, and guess what? I got a comment that said, I no longer need services. So guess what? That happened. I was like, hey, I'm sorry about that, That's just, how I was, feeling about the article. I agreed with it. And they're like, nope. So guess what? I don't encourage that. Now, I'm not saying not to have your business page and have them like your business page, but for that, yeah, that's a double-edged sword. So just know that, Miss Jones may not agree with everything that you agree with, and vice versa. So yeah, moving on. Number 6, know your numbers. You're like, what numbers? Know what it takes for you to run your business. And that's a very vague term, and I'll be honest with you. I'm not the best at that. But you say, well, how can you help me? I think I can help you a little bit. Here's what I mean. You need to know, this is going to go into, one of the last ones, but you need to know what to charge. You need to know how much money, that it costs to run your business. All right, so like your truck, how much did it cost your tires, when your tires go out? What about your 0-turn mower, your push mower, your trimmer? You need to take all that into effect, add it up, and then say, hey, how much do I need to make an hour to kind of help pay for this stuff? And not only pay for it, how much can I charge to make a little extra money for me to put in my pocket? and pay taxes and stuff like that. It's always good to have a little money set to the side, you know, for equipment when equipment breaks down. Because trust me, it's gonna happen. It will happen. Like I said, maintain your equipment. I think I said, no, it's coming up next, or the next one. But you're gonna wanna make sure you charge enough. So you need to kind of know your numbers. And once you know your numbers, it'll go from there. And yeah, I can't give you a definite, you know, set in stone kind of formula, you know, because everything's cost different. A zero turn, this zero turn costs more than this zero turn. Are you making monthly payments on it with interest? Is it paid for? There's a lot of things. Your truck, do you have a truck note? Some people don't have a truck note. So you got to kind of say, you know, like depreciation rates. There's a lot that goes into it. Just study, you know, look it up. Sorry, my stove over there is popping like crazy. My fire stove, whatever, wood stove. But, because it's cold as heck. So yeah, moving on. Number 7, be on time. And here's what I mean. Like, if you say you're going to be there at 8 o'clock at Miss Jones' house, guess what? You need to be there at 8 o'clock. You don't need to be there at 8:15. You don't need to be there at 8:30. You need to be there at 8 o'clock sharp, because guess what? She's expecting you. And a lot of times I can hear what people be like, well, they're not at home, they're at work. But guess what? We live in a digital age. They have cameras, motion activated, so they can probably tell when you show up. Just saying. If you say you're going to be there on time, you need to be there on time. Do good work. If it rains, say, what about it rains? All right, you're going to have to get out there, you're going to have to do the job. If it's light rain. If it's heavy rain, you can't do nothing about it. If you get out there and let's say it's been raining for 2 days, you're like, well, I can't get out there. Okay, you probably can. Come on the 3rd day. But you just kind of need to make it a point to kind of get used to, you know, hey, be there as soon as possible, ASAP, ASAP. Because guess what? If you got a Monday schedule, now it's gotten pushed back to Wednesday or Thursday, you're going to have to come back Monday. That's just how it is. Because what happens is, you know, you're going to get everyone off track if you try to just, you know, push one person or come back on that day. And that's another video for another subject for another time. So yeah, make sure you show up on time all the time. What else you got? Know your numbers. Maintain your equipment. So that's what I was saying a while ago. In order for, you know, you want to show up and do the job, there's nothing more embarrassing than you get on a job and your equipment start messing up. So you want to fix that. You want to make sure everything's tip-top condition. Make sure you put the right oil, the gas, the mixture. If you're running 2-cycle, you need to have 2-cycle oil, not marine oil. Don't get them mixed up. You know, you need to, if you're running 4-stroke, whatever, that's cool, straight gas and, you know, different oil. But point is this: you need to make sure your stuff is serviced, you know, regularly. And if you do that, if you follow the manual 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be fine. So yeah, stick with that. What else? Dress professionally. I can't stress that enough. I can't stress this, actually these last two a whole lot. Don't show up on the job with your, you know, button-up shirt unbuttoned all the way down to here, and you got the cigarette in your mouth, and you got the trimmer, and you're just going at it. It's like, dude, come on. Like, these people are paying you. You like, you at least look professional a little bit. Like, I'm not against smokers. I don't smoke, and I don't wear button-down shirts, you know, here or whatever. But just remember, you're on these people's property. You have an image to uphold, and you want to look professional, right? That's all it is to it. That's all I'm saying. If you don't have, you know, decent shirts, just work till you can. I'm not saying you got to tuck your shirt in or anything. A lot of times, sometimes I tuck my shirt in, sometimes I don't. Like right now, my shirt's not tucked in. But some people are big on that. You run your company how you want. I'm just giving you pointers. Like I say, I'm not saying it's always right, but I'm telling you from my experience what's worked for me, and it's worked really well. So, not bragging, just because I'm just a piece, you know, just a little piece. And there's people out there just way better and way more financially set than me on that. But, so moving on into the last one. Number 10, charge. You need to know what to charge. And that kind of goes back to do good work and know your numbers. If you do good work and you know your numbers, guess what? The work's going to keep coming. You can make a profit, but one problem is this: you can't show up at some people's property and just because they got the same size yard sometimes and charge that. And here's what I mean. You're like, well, how not? Well, guess what? You have these little things called toys and trampolines and swing sets and chairs and all these other things, right? And you got paver stones with a little bitty, pea gravel rock, pebbles. And it's just a lot of work to go around and trim. So where this other yard's just all open space, you can just zip through it. So, you need to know what to charge because you need to know how long it's going to take you. So that's why it's important to know your numbers and know, okay, how many hours it's going to take me or how many minutes or whatever. How much area can I cover with this mower in this amount of time? How much is it costing me in fuel? So once you get all that rounded up, you'll get better at it over time. Man, it's getting smoky in here. Once you get better with that over time, you'll kind of know what to charge. And sometimes you get what you want, and sometimes you don't. But that's the numbers game. That's how it goes. I will say this: don't be the guy in the whole city that lowballs everybody. Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to start charging really low prices, and then when your equipment breaks, guess what? You ain't going to have the money to fix it. You won't have the money to fix the parts, especially if they're nice equipment, good mowers. You ain't going to have it because I promise you, parts aren't cheap. And you can try to go on, eBay or I can get it for cheap. I've been down that road. That ain't a good deal either because they'll send you something that in the picture it looks like the part. And guess what? When you get it, it's a total different part. It looks kind of like it. But this hole isn't drilled in the right spot. Guess what? This port has cheap, it's just on and on. I'm talking about a car. It just sucks. Not going to get into too much of that, but you get the idea. So charge to where you can make enough money. But don't overcharge either. Don't, go way up on the other side. Don't be way down here, don't be way up here. Give a fair price. And again, you're not going to get rich off this stuff unless you become like a huge, super huge company. And then it's more about volume. And if you're not getting that volume in that certain amount of time frame, then time is money. You get it. But yeah, I hope some of this helps someone. Like I say, I don't claim to know it all, but I do know some things that do work. And it's just fundamentals, really. It's elementary stuff. So yeah, if you think of any ideas you can kind of help me learn, hey, leave it in the comments. Like, subscribe, and I'll be sure to try to answer any questions you have. So yeah, I'll be giving some more videos. I'm trying to do 1 video a week, just starting out, and we'll go from there. So all right, everyone have a good day. God bless.